tasty, tasty. Incredible. Hey guys, welcome to the stream this week. It's Sunday. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I hope you're doing well, everyone. It's really warm. Like, it's unbelievably warm. I'm sweating. Like, I have to have a fan on in the background. I apologize, guys. I just realized my face cam makes me look way more tan than I actually am. Let's see if we can adjust that very, very quickly. I should have done this before the stream and didn't check it. That's my bad. But yeah, it's super, super warm here. That's probably a little bit closer. There we go. So yeah, it's Sunday. It's roasting. I think when I was checking the temperature in the workshop, it's 28 degrees Celsius in the workshop, which means it's roughly the same in this room here. It's just too hot. It's too hot for me. Luckily, I'm very, very lucky that at home we have air conditioning. So when I get home, I can put the air conditioning on, shut the curtains, lie down in the bedroom. It'll be great. I'll be able to sleep just fine. But right now, it's way too warm. And I am actually considering buying an air conditioning unit here for the workshop, just for the office space. It's really tempting right now. If we have the heat for more than Monday, Tuesday this week, I'm definitely going to be buying one. Let's see who got first. JQ27 was first. He says, time to leave this on whilst I go shower and cool down. Shower beer, here I come. There you go, man. Thank you very much for that. Jellymaster subscribed with Prime. Thank you very much for 9 months of subs. I appreciate that, Jellymaster. Thank you so much. Zombie11, Zombie's here as well. Hey, Zombie. Good to see you, man. Please Pet Dog says hello, hello. Void Media is here as well. He says, hey Jay in chat, hope we're having a great weekend. Yeah, it's been good. If you guys want to hear about my weekend, I'm more than happy to tell you. It's been a good one. So yeah. Snicket's here as well. Hey man, good to see you. Thanks for your messages earlier on today. Appreciate that. Cheese be with you says, Brits definitely need some Halo right now. Man, it's so warm. It is so warm. In it Nathan, hey man, good to see you. Thank you very much for being on chat for the first time. Says you lads alright. Yeah, apart from being too hot, I'm good. 26 degrees in Essex. Yeah, it's really warm here. Got AC installed at my home last year. Game changer. Yeah, we have AC in the bedroom and the living room is right underneath, so we have it in the living room as well. Well worth the money. I just need to consider it whether we do it at the workshop as well. Nick Abbott said you get the second-hand European air because of Brexit. I don't know about that, but yeah, I imagine it's very hot all over Europe right now. I think they're predicting that we're going to hit 37 later on next week in the UK. Won't be here where I am, but in the south we'll hit 37 degrees Celsius next week, which is just, with the humidity we have as well, that's really, really hot. That's really hot. Jenga says hello, hey man, good to see you. Void Media says happy to hear about the weekend. Did you get any chances to take the cars out in this glorious weather? Also, thoughts on the F1 today. So let me cover those. Yeah, so the weekend, Friday night, I went out with some friends and we went to a arcade club here in the UK. It's in Leeds and Kirksall, if you guys know it, which you probably don't. But it's basically like old arcade systems from the 70s and 80s, and it's just a retro heaven. So they've got hundreds of machines. I went there with some friends. I wasn't in the best of moods, I'll be honest, before I went. So I was kind of just taking myself off to myself, playing some games and stuff like that. But it was really, really cool to get on some of the old vintage arcade cabinets. Last night we went out into Leeds, and I got a little bit drunk. So I got in at 4 o'clock this morning-ish, something like that. It was really good. It was good. It was nice to actually go out and have some fun. It was for a friend's birthday and having some friends over and stuff. So I just tagged along and basically went with them. But it was a really nice night. It was genuinely lovely night. I had a little bit more to drink than I should have done, but I was okay. I was fine. Some of the others were a little worse for wear. So yeah, so that's that. So in terms of cars this weekend, I didn't get a chance to take any of the cars out, which was a real shame. I was tempted on Friday afternoon to take a couple of hours off and just take the Datsun out and blast it through the B roads, but I didn't. I might be doing that tomorrow in the afternoon if we get through a lot of work in the morning. Mel's not back until Tuesday, so if I get a chance in the morning to catch up on work and everything, because there's a lot to do, then yeah, that's the plan. I also went and saw my niece, who was born last week. She's a week old now. I went and saw my niece on Saturday morning and spent 20 minutes, half an hour with her as well, which was lovely. So yeah, I was really, really happy for that. So it's been a good weekend. But it's time to hit noses to grindstone this week. It's going to be a really busy couple of weeks for Mel and I here at PT, which I'll cover soon in the PT news. So yeah, it's looking good. I'm glad I'm going away next week. I don't think I'd survive 37 degrees C. Yeah, it's just too hot, man. Too hot for me. One Drunk Man, hey man, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Aniki's here as well. Hey man, good to hear from you, Aniki. I hope you're doing well. We've been saying with the UK humidity, Cape Town has much lower humidity, and even here 37 degrees would be crazy. You can't really cool down. It's just too hot. Like, I'm not built for the heat. I'm a pretty chunky guy. I'm not built for the heat. I prefer cold weather. I tan nicely, as you can see. I do pick up a nice tan. Maybe not with the overhead camera, but as you can see on here, I do pick up a nice tan when the weather's like this. I tan quite quickly, but I'm not built for the hot weather. I can't cope in it. I get too hot. I've got a fan next to me and I'm still too hot here right now, sat here. But yeah, thanks guys. I'm super happy to be an uncle. Like, I don't want kids of my own, but I do like kids and I like spending time with them. So yeah, it's going to be cool to be an uncle. Right, okay, so PT news. What can I tell you about PT news? The big things are happening this next week. So we had a big shipment in last week, which Mel wasn't here for most of the week because she had friends over and things, so she was taking some time off work. So we had a big shipment come in. I've sorted through it all, shipped most of the group buys that were there out. There's a couple more to ship tomorrow, and then the hardest ones when Mel's back on Tuesday we're going to ship together, which is the Bubble 75 and the Geek Arc Triangle. We're going to do those together on Monday. Extras are going to come not this Friday coming, but the Friday after, and there is a lot of extras. So we're going to have Bubble 75 extras. We're going to have multiple Kisa extras. There's tons and tons and tons of stuff. I think we've got over 50 product lines with over 85 different actual products to buy that are going to go in stock in the next couple of weeks. So we're probably not going to do it this Friday coming, but we'll do it the Friday afterwards. This Friday coming, we do have some more Zoom 65 Olivia Dark Editions coming in stock. So if you're interested in one of those, we gave away a light version on the last week's stream. We're going to have some dark versions of those back in stock on Friday coming, so in 5 days' time. So if you're interested in those, keep an eye out for them because they sell usually pretty quickly. You might have missed the flash sale that we had over the weekend as well. We might need to do a couple more flash sales. The issue we have at the minute is we have a load of stock that's just taking up space that we need for the next shipment that's on its way from China right now, which we managed to sort out just over the weekend. So I'll update Notion tomorrow. But the next shipment from China is just about to be loaded onto a ship, and it's a doozy of a big one. It's going to be a little bit bigger than the last 3 China shipments combined, so we're going to need some space. So if you have a hankering for anything in stock, we're probably going to set up a clearance section. So anything that's been in stock for more than 12 months, we're going to put into the clearance section. It's going to take me a week or so to get that arranged in between bits and pieces, so watch out for that popping up on the site soon. But yeah, we need to clear some space, so we're going to have some promotions on as well. Maybe if you buy 3 deathmatch, you'll get a free one or something like that, because we just need to start to clear out some space now, so we've got space for new stuff to come in. There's a huge amount of stuff coming, and we just don't have the space here anymore. We've completely run out of shelf space. It's nuts. Let's catch up with chat. Didn't happen to spot a demon girl coming in, did you? So I can't remember the update on the demon girl. I'm not sure where that's at. If you want to check the updates, you can see on the Notion if it's there. Bear in mind anything that's happened over the weekend, I will be putting onto Notion on Monday, so you might want to check it Monday night or something like that. But if there's anything that's on the way that's in this Chinese shipment, I'll be updating Notion tomorrow. So yeah, look out for that. Kiwi says, oh hello, long time. Hey man, good to see you, dude. Thank you very much for being here. Jenga says, did you say you're getting some PBT tarot in stock? Yes, we are. It's on the ship right now. It's on the way to us. We've got quite a few sets of that. It will be in stock, ready to ship immediately as soon as it arrives. I don't know when that will be. I don't have an ETA for you yet, but in the next month or two, I think. It's a little bit delayed from where we'd like it to be, but it's on the way. Andromeda Keebs, thank you so much for the 9 months of subs. A PT baby indeed. 9 months of subs, there you go. Thanks for all the work you and Mel do. Thank you so much, Andromeda. I really appreciate that. Mel's back on Tuesday. She does do a great job. She does do a great job. She keeps me sane as well. Can't wait to grab some more some tarots as well. Yeah, tarot is such a good set. It goes with everything as well. It's such a good set. We've got it on a keyboard somewhere lying around, I think. I don't know. I can't see it at the minute. Apologies if this BLS already, but of all the deathmatch you're using off-centered for the design. Are all the deathmatch you're currently using off-centered for the design? I don't know what you mean, sorry. I don't know what you mean. The deathmatch we have today, this is a central design. This is actually in stock. This is the La Muerta deathmatch. This is Ofrenda, is the name of the colour. There's 3 different colourways, but this is in stock right now. I don't know what you mean in terms of off-centered for the design. This is centered. That's the center point of the deathmatch. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. We've only been streaming for a few minutes. You've not missed anything yet, don't worry. Storza says good evening. Thanks very much, man. The one you're using right now, yeah, this one, it's centered. It's not off-centered at all. The keyboard's just up here, so it's out of the way when I'm building the next one. The design is higher towards the top than the bottom. Oh, yeah, so you mean the vertical? Yes, it's like that on purpose. Yes, sorry. Yes, I thought you meant left to right. I didn't realize you meant vertical top to bottom. Yes, that's correct. There's a little wider band at the bottom than there is at the top. That's by design, yes. Okay. Right, okay, so that's PT news, so lots coming. There's going to be some more group buys coming up this week as well. I haven't had a chance to list it over the weekend because I've just been too busy, but a new aluminum key set from Olivia will be going live on Monday morning as early as I can get into the workshop. So Alluve, which is basically olive, but in aluminium, so like Alluvia was. We're going to have that on group buy from Monday. There's also the revised versions of the Sol 3, which we have in stock, but there's the Sol 3 FH, which is going to be which was launched last week. By the Lego Nut, who's the designer of the keyboard. We're going to have it on PT in group buy from tomorrow, and there's some few other bits as well, desk mats and things like that, that are going to be live tomorrow as well. So if we've missed anything that we were supposed to list over the weekend, it's going to be listed tomorrow, so bear that in mind, guys. Okay. That's what kept you from picking one up. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's designed to be that way. I'm not sure why. I didn't design it. I'm not the original designer of the desk mat. I just worked with Jesslyn, who did design it. Excuse me, my nose is running a little bit from hay fever. But yeah, this is the actual product shop, if you want to call it that. But this is by design. All of the desk mats are like this, but they're absolutely beautiful. They're one of the nicest looking desk mats we've got in stock. If you want to take my opinion for it. Okay, so that's what's happening with PT. As I said, we are going to have some offers coming up soon where you'll buy 3 desk mats, get a 4th free, and because we need to clear up some space, and we're going to have a clearance section as well. So watch out for those in the next couple of weeks. Just OCD things. I get that, man. Super excited for the future of PT. Everything's looking great. In stock, best stock. Waiting my PT keycap to arrive any day now. If you ordered anything last week, it should be on the way. We don't have any outstanding orders from before Friday, I don't think. Friday was the last day to have outstanding orders when I looked yesterday. So there's nothing outstanding that's in stock. Of course, we've got loads of group buy orders outstanding.
Tasty.
Thank you so much, Demotex, for the subscription. He says, hi, Jay. Thanks very much for that, man. 7 months. Yeah, so we we are trying to move to a more in-stock model. Like, we have loads and loads of stuff in stock. We have more in-stock stuff now than what we ran in group buy in our first year of running. So that's kind of like the level we're aiming for, and we're trying to keep stuff in stock for quite a while as well. I don't want extras to sell out within a week. I want them to last quite a while. I want them to last around a month. Obviously, we don't want things staying in stock forever, because if things stay in stock forever, it's just taking up, it's costing us money then to store it at that point. So we do need to hit that balance for in stock, where it's in stock for a good period of time, but maybe will sell out at some point. So that's where we're trying to aim to get to as well. But that's the current aim for Prototypist in 2022, is to move more to an in-stock model. And I think we're living up to that promise. I promised it in January when I put up a blog post about it, and I think we're really, really living up to that. I think we're getting pretty close to it. So yeah. The final thing I wanted to mention in the news as well is the subathon is coming on the 24th of this month, so just 2 weeks today. We're going to do a 24-hour stream. We're building a Matrix keyboard today, but we're going to be building around 20 on that stream. So it was originally going to be the 17th. I've had to move it due to some family stuff. It's now going to be the 24th, but we're going to have tons of giveaways. I think we're going to have something like £15,000 worth of prizes and giveaways. So that's about what, $17,000 worth of prizes and giveaways from one stream, depending on how many subs we hit over the course of it. We'll be streaming for as long as you guys keep us on air for. We're aiming to do, well, I think we're going to start the timer at 12 hours, starting at 8 p.m, the same time as this stream started. And then we'll just see where we get to. Mel's going to be here on and off to try and help support me, make me drinks, make sure that I take breaks, things like that. But yeah, we're looking really forward to that. It's going to have a huge amount of stuff to give away. Most of it's from my personal collection, because I'm trying to cull that down. So we're going to have key sets, we're going to have switches, we're going to have keyboards, we'll give away some PT swag. We've got hoodies and t-shirts that we'll give away. We've got keycaps that we'll give away as well, like PT keycaps and all sorts of stuff. We've also got a series of keyboards that we're going to give away, but we're going to culminate in giving away the prototype of the Matrix 8XV 3.0, which I built on stream a few months ago. It's one of my favorite keyboards in the workshop. I don't really want to give it away, but we are going to do. So that's going to be the last thing we do on the stream. Wherever we get to, we will give that one away. Even if we don't hit some of the higher tiers for some of the other giveaway items, we will definitely give that away last thing on stream. We'll do a whole raft of things, such as giveaways with marbles. We'll play quizzes. We'll do whatever we can do in between building all of these boards as well. So lots and lots of stuff. I've actually got a pile just behind the monitors here of Matrix Labs keyboards. I just put in a massive order for me personally for stabilizers. So I've got enough stabilizers to build them, because we didn't have enough in the workshop without taking them out of stock. All sorts of stuff to do. So really, really, really love that. Yeah, it will be the light blue one. Yeah. Funky, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Surprised to still see GMK Tighty extras in stock, to be honest. Yeah, me too. But we bought a lot of extras for it. We aimed for it to be in stock for about a month. I think it's been in stock for 2 weeks now. So I think we're on about par with that. So yeah, I think that's where we're aiming for. You'd grab it if you didn't have a cat. Main reason for avoiding dark mats. We don't have any pets here at the workshop, but I wouldn't have this one at home. It is a beautiful mat though. It's got a load of like designs in the background that you can't really see on the camera as well. It's just beautiful. It's lovely. But yeah, looks good. You love the board, the light blue one. Yeah, so it's actually on the windowsill just over there at the minute. But we are going to be giving that board away. It won't come with keycaps, but it will come with switches. So we'll be taking the keycaps off, but you'll get the board, and you'll be able to do what you want with it. Yeah, really, really looking forward to giving that away, as well as all the other stuff as well. There's just so much stuff that we've got piled up. Like, I've created a box in the warehouse for stuff that we're going to give away on this stream, and I'm really, really excited to try and get there as well. Hopefully it will generate the subs and the traffic that the channel wants as well, so we'll see what we get to, but that's what we're going to do. How best to store desk mat? I've ordered a few this month, and I only have one desk. Keep them rolled up, keep them in the vinyl packaging, and then stack them up. That's the way we do it here at the workshop. So Alex Not the Lion, we're going to have a huge giveaway as part of a subathon in 2 weeks time, where I'm going to stream for 24 hours minimum, where we're going to build around about 20 different keyboards from Matrix Labs. These are all part of my personal collection. Throughout that subathon, we're going to have about £15,000 worth of prizes that we're going to give away, which is going to be really, really, really cool. You had a play when you visited PT last month. It's lush. Yeah, it's a really nice keyboard. Oh, you played to yourself? Yeah. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that stream. I always enjoy streaming. I'm really looking forward to doing something that long. Brian and I, when we were doing Top Crack, we never quite got around to doing the 24-hour stream, so I'm really excited to actually do one on my own channel this time. So we'll see. 24-hour minimum, that's what we're aiming for. Yeah. I'd like to think we can easily get there, but I'll go longer if you guys want me to stay on longer. So yeah, it shows you're playing to yourself even when you don't. Oh, how weird! How weird! I didn't know that. How bizarre! You live and learn. You live and learn. The wood paneling in the background. Yeah, I did this myself about 6 months ago, maybe a bit longer. It took me 90 minutes to do the whole wall. You buy it as like a panel. It's called AcuPanel, AcuPanel. You can Google it. You just buy sheets. You cut them to top and bottom to trim them to height of your room. Stick them to the wall, and you just go around the room. Dead simple. Is it polyhedrals? Yeah, it's actually. So I get the Curiosity box each week, and each month. And from Vsauce, and it's actually that. So it actually says, it actually has text on it. So you can see here, there's this is the O. If I can do it backwards in the camera, that's the O, and then this is the R, and it actually says "or is it" all the way down the T-shirt. It's hard to show you. You can see the "is" in the middle. There you go. But yeah, so there we go. But it is polyhedral, so there we go. Right. Okay. So I think I've covered everything that I was gonna cover in the to-do list. I think let's quickly flick back and let me read through and check. Unless you guys have any questions, so I think it's time to crack on with the build stream. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so I actually in fact, one thing I have missed off the list of things to do is I actually have a few different things that arrived this week that I wanted to unbox and show you guys. So we'll do that first. The first thing that turned up is this. And you might see that it says this is the rotor with black brass and copper parts. This is from Polarity Works. It's actually shipped out by Mechboards, so the group buy was done through Mechboards here in the UK. Try not to share too many details. So this is the box that it comes in. Mechboards stuff. Love the guys over at Mechboards. Go support them. Polarity Works details as well. We have a base plate. This is a rotary encoder, and then in here we have the macro pad itself, which is pretty cool. USB-C. And you can see we've got this giant rotary encoder, and then from here we have this wonderfully weighted, look at the weights in this, brass knob which sits on top. Look how beautiful that looks. I need to actually get this to click in properly. We'll sort that out later on, but yeah, this is absolutely stunning. It's super duper heavy.
Incredible.
Cool. We also have the copper top as well, which is again ridiculously heavy. Look how that spins. How cool is that? And of course we've got the 3 switches that we can pop in that are hot swap compatible. So yeah, so we're going to take a look at this at some point soon. We will try and get it built up and everything and working, but not today. But that's something that we've got on the to-do list. It also does have another spare base plate with it as well. Not quite sure why there's 2 base plates, but there is. So yeah, wanted to share that with you guys. How could one man wield such a large brass knob? You just watched. Those weights are so nice, look like bearings. Yeah, they're not bearings, but they do look like them, yeah. Nice giant knob, yeah. That's the first thing I wanted to share with you guys. The second thing which came in is this. Now, this was sent to us as a sample because we might be stocking these on the store. See if you guys can guess what it is. It comes in this wonderful box. I haven't actually tried this out yet. There's some switch samples in here as well. I'll just pop them to one side for now. See if you guys can guess what this keyboard is. Comes with little bits and pieces, as well as tweezers and IC extractors for switches. USB cable. It does have a plate with it as well, which is polycarbonate and very, very flexible. A nice little booklet. Oh, I've spoiled what it is now, but here you go. This is what it is. The GC86. Now, I haven't decided whether we're actually going to put these in stock or not, or anything yet. I wanted to assess it first and have a play around with it and see how it is. But this is the sample that they sent me to take a look at. Here we go. So this is with the FR full plate in place. ISO and ANSI compatibility, hot swap as well. PCB mount stabilizers, but they're not the best ones, so that we could change those. Little badge on the base as well. Bear in mind this is a sample unit, so it's not like A quality. It's been used clearly in the past, but it's just a sample. So yeah, we're really tempted to stock these. So we've got a little LCD screen as well. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to see these, message me in Discord and let me know. It does also have rubber in between the plate and PCB as well. There's like a foamy rubber stuff in there as well, which is hard to show you. But we'll probably do a build stream of this at some point. Maybe we'll tear it down on the 24-hour stream as well. Just take a proper look at it and see if we can get it working and see how it comes out. Because these look pretty good for the price. And we'd like to have a load of budget options in stock as well. So let me know in Discord if you'd like to see some Go Polar products in stock on the store. The box it comes in is lovely, yeah. I didn't know what it was when we first got it in. I opened it up and I was like, oh, that's really cool packaging. I wish I could use it for something else. Love the colour. The colour's cool, right? But look at the box. Look at this. This is just lovely. Little tassel. It's pretty cool. So there we go. Those two things arrived. We did get some other bits and pieces which probably aren't worthwhile showing you, so I won't. But today we are building, this is for a customer called Ross, I won't share any more details. We are using KTT Halu Halo switches. Mel counted these out. She assures me that there is 90 in this pack, which should be enough for the build. If there isn't, I'll have to go get some more, but we're using these completely stock. We're also using Wook green stabilizers. This is what the customer sent to us to use as part of the build. So this is what we're going to use today for the build. And then here we have the keyboard. The Go Polar comes in pink. If you want us to stock it, man, let us know in Discord and we'll stock it. The keyboard on the weight is lovely. Nice. So this is the Matrix Labs ME. I actually have a couple of these that we'll be building on the 24-hour stream for me personally, but this is a customer one, for, as I say, for Ross. In here we have a few bits, so we'll show you guys what we have. Matrix Labs is so nice. Everything Matrix Labs do these days is really good. They are one of the go-to suppliers. Okay. Packaging is always super duper nice as well. It's a little bit wasteful on the wasteful side, but I completely appreciate why. Okay, so we have a packet of gaskets. So we'll take these out, pop these to one side. Here you go, you can see these are just foam gaskets. So we'll keep these to one side because we'll need them for part of the build. We have a packet of spare screws. We have our PCB, which we'll open up now. Which is here, which is this green colorway. It also comes with a sheet of foam as well, which sticks to the base of the PCB if you want to. We'll include this in for the customer. They can pick whether they want to install it or not. But it does have the required cutouts for different components on the board. So I'll pop these out of the way now. Gotta love Matrix Labs Tri-Jam. Nice bit of foam. So pop that in the PCB to one side. The PCB's got these really cool flex cuts in as well. Like we've seen flex cuts for a long time, but like it's got additional ones in places which Matrix Labs haven't done before, which is nice to see. We have our daughter board and spare cable. Well, the actual JST cable, sorry, should I say, not spare. So this is their proprietary daughter board and cables. It is such an aesthetically pleasing PCB, and I know things like that don't really matter in the terms of a build. But sometimes it's really nice to see. But yeah, look at this little cool daughter board. It's nice to see Matrix doing things differently. It does slightly bother me that they don't use the standard ones for replacement parts, but it's like such a minor thing that I think they get a pass on it. So pop that to one side as well. And then here we have the plate. So you can see it's got all of these different cuts around each of the switch positions as well. Now these aren't going to add flexibility particularly to it, but they are going to change the sound of it, so it's quite interesting. This is a really lightweight plate.
Tasty, tasty.
Hershey, thank you so much for the subscription, man. I really appreciate that. It's a pretty cool plate. So there we go. Pop that to one side as well. Taking a look in the box, there are 2 badges, so the customer can pick and choose which badge they actually want in here. These will work magnetically as well on this particular board, so we'll see which one we're going to put in. But here's the one that matches the colour of the keyboard. Hey, it's me, ME, Matrix ME. And then here is another one, which is based on Gundam, which is pretty cool as well. It is an aluminium plate, yeah. It's an aluminium plate. We also have the bars here that we'll need later on for securing the plate and PCB assembly together. So we'll keep that to one side. We have a nice series set of foams and inserts here as well, which I'll show you. Love the Gundam one. It's kind of up to the customer which one they want to use, but I guess we can put whichever one you guys vote for later on. The Gundam one is super cool, right? Okay, so here we have a nice PE foam sheet for underneath the switches, which we are going to be using today, I think. We also have foam that goes in between the plate and PCB. And then we have the internal dampener silicone strip. This is like a injection molded silicone piece. This goes in the bottom of the keyboard case as well. As well as that, we've got feet, which we'll put to one side. Spare cable and parts, some additional screws, and a nice little sticker.
Incredible.
Striker, thank you so much for the follow, man. I appreciate that. And then here we have the keyboard. Now the camera's washing this out. It's a little bit more orange in real life than what the camera shows it, but bear in mind this is all under artificial light.
Tasty, tasty.
PLZT, thank you so much for the 5 months of subs. I really appreciate it, man. So bear in mind that this is a little bit more orange in real life than what you're seeing on the screen here, but this is an absolutely beautiful board. It's such a bright color. I can't get the cameras to replicate the color in like just what it is in real life. I just can't get them to replicate it. But it's a little bit more orangey, a little bit more clementine than it appears. But it does have the little heart logo here, which you can swap out for an X and an O if you want to change that. And of course we've got a little pouch here with some bits in, which we'll check in a second. Look at the side of the board, it does have the Matrix ME logo on here.
Incredible.
Which is pretty cool. The USB port at the back, and then it does have the Matrix ME TKL keyboard base as well. It's got all of the little logo details here. Hi, it's me. If the camera focuses. There we go. Absolutely beauty. I agree. Matrix Labs makes some superb keyboards. Like, they have a design language that's so different from everything else on the market that I just can't help but like what they make and what they do. Color is so nice and vibrant. It's superb. It's such a great color. I wish the camera shared exactly how it looks, but I can't get the camera to show exactly what it looks like. I wish I could. Okay, so we do have a spare corner piece here. We also have some other bits as well. Whoops. This is the spare little bit of rubber and some screws as well. Let's just pop that to one side. There we go. Okay, we do have the little light up daughter board there as well, and the JST cable to connect it to. Okay, so that's everything we have. I mean, there's a lot of parts there. But the first thing we need to do is build the stabilizers. Now, whilst I do that, I am just going to see if I can find the build guide for this, because I did have it open earlier on, and then I shut down my PC, restarted it, and realized I've not reopened the build guide. So let me see if I can find that really quickly. Let me see if I can find it. The build guide, I'm sure I had it open earlier on. If anyone can find it faster than me, go for it. Share the link in chat. Where the hell is this? I could have sworn it was in the Discord. I'm sure I had it open like an hour ago when I was getting ready for it. Okay, I can't find it. I can't find it. Why can I not find this? It was literally in the Discord earlier on. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. Ah, found it. Right, okay. I was just looking in the wrong place. Right, okay, so I've got the build guide up so I can start to go through that and make sure we don't miss anything. But the first thing to do is to get the PCB and plate ready so that we can put the stabilizers into it. So I'm just going to move the case out of the way. We'll take a look at the case in more detail as we start to take it apart shortly. Let's just move this out of the way. If you guys want to follow the build guide with me, you can. I'll copy the link into chat for you. There you go. That's the build guide we're using. So we've got those. Okay, we will need those. And we'll need that as well. And the final thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to refer back to the customer email because they did ask me to do it in a couple of different layouts. So let me just check on that. I think they just wanted it in ISO. Yeah. ISO enter, split left shift and step caps lock. There we go. That's all we needed to know. Okay, so stabilizers are up first. And I'm just going to check with the pull run sheet just to make sure that we don't need to trim this for ISO. I think we might do. Let's have a look. No, we don't need to trim it for ISO. It's already set for ISO. There. We get nice and lined up. Okay, so it always already work with ISO. So we have the across horizontal here and here. So it's not going to need any trimming. So we'll just be able to install the stabilizers and go from there. We will need to install the stabilizers over the top of the sheet, so we'll make sure we do that in the correct order. Let's get the stabilizers ready. We need the 7U bar, because this is a wing keyless board. We're going to need a backspace. Okay. That's stabilizer there, stabilizer there. We're also going to need ISO enter. Then we're going to need full right shift, and that's it. There we go. Those are all of the stabilizers we need. Arcana, hey man, good to be here. Thank you very much for seeing. Put the rest of the stabilizers back in the pouch. Okay, and what we'll do is lube these up and build them, and then we'll slap them straight into the board, and we'll make sure everything's in place. So we're using Crytux 205 grade 2 for the lubricant for the stabilizers today. We'll start with the spacebar one. Just going to add a nice amount of lubricant onto the wire in the part that's going to go into the housing. I remember it's always easy, guys, to add more lube later on than it is to remove it, so just go careful here. Don't need to want to add too much. Just going to make sure that's nice and evenly spread around on all of the sides. Then we're going to take our housing, put the insert in the correct orientation, and we're going to slide the wire inside and then clip it into the front. Make sure it moves up and down. That's all looking good. We can move on to the other side. Woody, hey man, good to see you. Once we've done the other side, we can then make sure we lubricate the slider rails, make sure everything's looking good, and then just put a small amount of lubricant in the rear of the stabilizer as well. I think Alex Autos calls that plugging the butt. Okay. There we go. We're going to remove pretty much all of the lubricant off our brush. We don't want to be able to see any on there. We're just going to put a light coat just on the side of each slider rail. Now this is just to smoothen things off. We're not trying to gum up the works here. We're just trying to make it easier to move. So you don't need to put too much on here at all. Just a tiny, tiny little bit. And we're just going to take a small blob on the end of our brush and we're just going to put it into the rear, right where the wire pokes out. I'm going to do that on both sides. And there we go. That's one stabilizer finished. Always need to lubricate the rear. So much more satisfying that way. No tactile bump. Sure. Okay, we're going to repeat that across all of the 2U stabilizers now. Remember, we're going for ISO enter for the customer on this particular build. So we need one for backspace, which is what we're doing now. We need one for ISO enter, and then we need one for full right shift, and then we're doing split left shift because it's ISO layout, and stepped caps as well because stepped caps is best. And don't forget, guys, when we actually finish building the board, you guys get to pick which keycap set we use on it today. Our customer doesn't sadly get to keep the keycap set because it's from my personal collection, but we'll use it just to do a bit of a sound test of the board and see how the board comes out. Okay, again we're going to remove almost all of the lubricant from our brush and then just a really light coating on the side of the sliders. And then again, just a small blob on the end of our brush just to push into the rear. And there we go, that's 2 done. CRP or CRP, please. So the interesting thing with CRP is we forgot to take my personal stuff out of the extras before we listed them. So I actually don't have any CRP from the current round of my own. We actually sold it all. I did want like 5 or 6 different kits, and I'd written the list down. I'd assumed Mel had taken it off of the kind of like in stock count that we did, the stock count, so that I could purchase it later. She assumed I'd done it, and it never got done or removed. So when we sold them all, it was including the stuff that I wanted to keep personally. So I didn't get to keep any in the end, which is a shame. I do have some CRP from other rounds, but I haven't pulled that out today. I've tried to be quite adventurous with the colours just because it's a bright board, but you guys will have a choice of a few different sets. Do you have the PBT Fans neons? No, we don't have those in stock, I'm afraid. And I don't have them in my personal collection either. Got any ceramic keycaps? No, I have got PPS keycaps, which I think are better than the ceramic ones that are doing the rounds right now. I'm not totally convinced by those until I try them. So I just have PPS keycaps, which have been around for, what, 7 or 8 years now? And I think they're pretty good. So we'll stick with those. Okay, last stabilizer now. Jay, is PT going to run the group buy for Aluve? Yes, we will. We'll have it up on Monday. I already covered this at the start of the stream, but if you missed it, yes, I've just had a super busy weekend and I haven't been able to get the listing live. It will be live on Monday morning. So yeah, it will be
Tasty,
available.
tasty.
Do not worry. There's a few group buys that should have gone live this past few days. I've just been, with Mel being off work and IRL stuff, I've just been too busy to keep up with everything. So yeah, there's a couple of things that are due to go live tomorrow on the website that should have really been live last week and haven't been. And I apologize for that. That's on me. That's me just being remiss. Well, thank you so much for the subscription. Subscribe for 10 months on a 2-month streak. Thank you so much. Do I know what the KN65 Oblivion has 2 cases? The NK65, do you mean? So it has 2 cases because the first case it was manufactured with did not match from a QC perspective in terms of color matching. So Novel Keys made the decision to remanufacture all of the cases, and customers now just get both because there's no point in just destroying all of those cases. So customers just get both of them. Nice and simple. You only get 1 PCB, of course, and everything else, but you do get 2 cases. So you can switch whichever one you think matches better. Not seen PPS keycaps before. New thing to investigate. Yeah, so they're plastic, but it sounds like ceramic. I think if you go into the Prototypist Discord, I've actually posted a video of me playing with them in the past there, so you might be able to find it if you just search in there. Yeah, but they sound like ceramic. If you really want to hear them on stream, I can go grab them. I think I can get them quite easily and show you guys what they sound like compared to normal keycaps. Okay, so that's our stabilizers all lubricated nicely. So now we're going to install them in the board. We have to install them over the top of this PEI sheet. So we're going to line that up correctly. We're going to pop our ISO enter one in first. I'm just going to line it up broadly where it needs to be. It doesn't have to be perfect, we just have to make sure that the stabilizers don't catch on it. Okay, the stabilizer does not want to clip in. Come on. Okay, I'm just going to have to give this a touch more pressure than I'd like to. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that one's now in, and we're going to screw that in just nice and gently. Oops. How's your new niece doing? She's doing ace. She's great. She was 10 pounds 2 ounces when she was born, which, if you don't speak baby terms, which I didn't, that is absolutely huge for a newborn baby. But she's doing great. Yeah, she's a week old now, and she's just awesome. She's just awesome. I find myself going down to my brother's a lot more often than usual, just for a little cuddle with her. Not that she does much, but she just happily sits and goes to sleep on your lap. So yeah. But yeah, she's awesome. I probably have a picture, actually. In fact, I know I do. Probably shouldn't be something I share on stream, but I'm a very proud uncle. Let me see if I can find a picture right now. Okay, so this is her when she was born. On the 2nd of July. She's super cute. It's baby Gracie. And she's awesome. Okay, so that's the first of the stabilizers into place. Next we're going to do the backspace stabilizer. Or I would do if it would line up. There we go. These stabilizers just need a little bit of persuasion to fit them in. Looks like a baby. Cute and white hat good. Yeah, she's super cute. I'm a very proud uncle. My brother actually fosters 2 other children as well. They're not his, but he fosters them. And we've spent quite a bit of time looking after them recently as well, which is good. Okay, so this is almost stabilizer number 2 installed. Oh really? I didn't know that, PLC team. I'm not a medical professional, so I wasn't aware of anything like that. Have we trapped this a little bit? There we go. Okay, now to install the right shift, and then we can install the spacebar, and then we can start to think about installing some switches. Man, these just don't want to clip in. Come on. There we go. There. Not sure if I missed it on the Discord, but did you hear back regarding those UK ISO keys on the Shuri key set? I haven't heard back from it as yet, no JQ. I haven't heard back as yet. That being said, it is the weekend, so we don't often get responses on the weekend. Keep doing the proud uncle, it suits you. Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't want to be a father. That's the last thing I ever want to be. But I'll be the proud uncle and spoil them rotten. That's the plan, right? That's the good tactic. Okay, time to pop the spacebar in. And this one we could have done without the oops, throwing our screws all over. We could have done without the sheet foam being in place, but that's okay. There we go. Flip that over now. Last 2, and then we can start to get some switches into the build. Yeah, baby Gracie was that big that a lot of the clothes that were bought for her by friends and family didn't actually fit when she was born, and she had to wear the 3 to 6 months instead of the 0 to 3 months clothes, which is quite funny. Right, I think that's where the spacebar should go based off of the foam sheet, so let's double check that in a second. There we go. And then we're just going to pop the plate on top. That looks good. Okay, so before we go any further, we're now going to pop this foam on top. And we're going to make sure that this all nice and neatly aligns up to where it should be. With this kind of stuff, alignment is 9/10 of the battle. So you need to make sure everything is just nice and neatly aligned. We can adjust some of it in post, but some of it you can't adjust, so it's just worthwhile making sure it's correct. Then we're going to bob the plate on top, and then we're just going to put in a couple of alignment switches, basically switches that we're just going to position in certain places to make sure that everything else can then clip in correctly. Mum had a C-section. She's doing okay. She's recovering slowly, but she's getting there. So yeah, it's good. Just going to pop in a couple of switches just around the board in different places, just to make sure we've got everything aligned as best we can get it. And of course this will tell us if we've got any problems with the PEI sheet or the foams or anything else. We'll see that as we start to put these switches in place. go. Adjust the foams carefully. There we go. Okay, I think we can start now to just make sure the foam is adjusted in all of the correct areas before we trap it too much. Probably do with putting a switch just up here in this corner, just to tidy things up nicely, just like so. And that's just going to start to hold everything together just a little bit nicer. There we go. Just pushing the foam right to where it needs to be. Take your time with this, guys, because it's something that just needs to be right. I'm going to put the switches in here for split left shift now. And then we know that they're in and done. Okay. Right, let's start to put some more switches just in, just to support everything. Out through the sunroof, something like that, something like that. And of course, these are random coloured switches, so we're just going to put them in completely random orientation. I'm not particularly selecting which switch colour I pick up or anything else. I'm just picking up a switch and popping it in. We are going to have a couple of bent pins, it seems, but we'll fix those as we go through. Oh wait, we don't want to put two next to each other the same colour if we can help it. Hey Neon Ninja, thanks very much for being here, man, and thank you very much for your donations recently for the giveaway stream, for the upcoming builds, the upcoming subathon that we're going to be doing soon. Hey Willett, how's my day going? It's going well, man. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for asking. It's been a good day so far. It's been a good fun weekend, actually. It's the first weekend I've had where I've been able to unwind properly for a while. Last weekend I went to a wedding, which was really, really cool, but it had a lot of driving. So the driving kind of re-stressed me after the de-stress of the wedding itself. So yeah, it was just nice to have a fully relaxing weekend this weekend, which was good. Let's put backspace in now. Let's go here. Then we're going to have a couple of bent pins, but we'll fix those as we go through.
Incredible.
Incredible. Thank you so much, Willett, for the follow. I really appreciate that, my man.
Incredible.
Incredible. Thank you so much. Smell you later. Thank you very much for the follow, man. I appreciate that as well. If I lived closer, I would have dropped off. Oh, man, you're always welcome to come and visit the workshop. Thank you so much. Just make sure you let us know you're coming if you ever are before you turn up. We've had a few people visit recently, which is always nice. It's always nice to be able to put faces to names and see people in the flesh, as it were. Hershey says, do you test PCBs before streams? If it's a customer build, I usually do. For personal ones, I tend not to. I just have that many boards that it just adds too much time to stream, and it's a bit boring for people to watch, so I tend not to. But yes, you should always, for personal builds, you should always test. It's a little bit different for myself, because I can just replace the PCB that easy, but for other people that maybe don't have a spare PCB around or anything like that, it's always worthwhile just double checking. And it takes 5 minutes to test your PCB, so it's always worthwhile doing. Step capsule, so put that in there as well. Try not to put too many of the same colours next to each other here. It's looking good and fun, right? I suppose it would be totally random if we did put the same colour next to each other still. That's how randomness works, right? But we can try to be a little bit less than fully random. Alright, lots of yellow ones here. Just adjusting this foam a little bit. Last build, both PCBs had separate faults on. Man, that sucks. I've been really lucky in my career with PCBs. I think I can count on one hand the number of PCBs I've had with issues straight out of the box. So, yeah, I tend to be a little bit more cavalier than most would be. But that doesn't mean you say you should follow my example. I have been very lucky in that respect. Okay, starting to make some good progress now. It's going to look like a nice, fun build. We'll have a couple of switches that we need to check some bent pins on, but we'll be okay. Okay, almost there now. There we go. Looking good. Right, okay, so now we just need to work out where we're going to put the switches for our 7U. I'm just going to grab out some keycaps. Is that 6.25? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop some keycaps on, just to make sure that we've got everything in the correct places. Just need the bottom row, that's a 1.5, that's a 1.5, that's a 1, that's a 1. Remember, this is wing keyless, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up the switches in the correct places and then not put the 1U keycaps in place, because that's effectively where the blockers are going to be. I just need to not drop keycaps on the floor. Okay, we might have to get that. If you guys pick white on black later on, remind me there is a keycap on the floor. I need some more 1.5 keys. There must be some here. That's 1.5 here. And that looks like 1.5 here as well. Yes. Okay. So these are not correct legends or anything else, but they will help us identify where we need to be. Go. That's one. And then we need a 1U key. Remember, we're not putting the 1U key in place. We're just literally just lining it up just to make sure we know where it would go if it was going to be in here. But the 1U keys are not going to be used. And we just need another 1.5U key. So we're just going to literally just use it as a marker. Again. 1U key, just like so, and then another 1.5U key, just coming up to the side of that, and there we go. That now tells us exactly where everything needs to be for that bottom row. And we can take the keycaps off, and we know now that we've built the board in wing keyless layout. Okay, all switches are in place, including the one that's on the floor. Favorite switch? Oh man, will it? Like, I change often. If I had to pick one switch forevermore, it would probably be SKCM Brown Alps. But yeah, like, that's a difficult question to answer. Right, okay, so next job now is to just go through and check, see if we've got any bent pins, and to make sure all of the switches are in place correctly. So I'm just literally checking through each switch, just to make sure that everything is correct and installed fully. And make sure we can see 2 pins for each one. Okay, looking good so far. Just making sure it's all pressed together fully. I know we've got at least one bent pin that I need to find. I'm just doing a visual check. There we go, that one there. Whoops. Okay, that's that one now fixed. Just see if there's any more that need fixing. Looks like we're okay. Okay, looks good. Right, some of these we are going to have to put some pressure on as we solder them, just to make sure that they're held in place correctly, but that's okay. I want to test out some Alps switches, but trying to find even a few is not an easy task. It really depends on what you need, yeah, but Alps can be tricky to find. Favorite ice cream flavor? Oh man. I think that really depends. I don't know. Favorite ice cream? I'm going to be boring and say vanilla, because vanilla goes with everything. Like, you can have that with cakes, you can have it with all sorts of stuff. And remember, guys, whilst we're streaming, you guys can just you can tag me and ask any question that you would like related to keyboards or otherwise. Any question at all that you've ever wanted to ask a streamer, or me in particular, you can ask me now. So all you need to do is tag me with @jprototypist and ask your question, and I will answer it 100% honestly. The best questions are the ones that the best questions are the ones that you think I don't want to answer. So if you think there's a question that I wouldn't actually answer, those are the questions you should ask me. So tag me in chat, ask your questions away, and I will answer whilst I'm soldering. Completely open book, guys. You can ask anything at all. All you need to do is just tag me with @jprototypist and ask any question at all. I think when we do the stream in a couple of weeks, the subathon, I think we might do a prize for the best question that's asked during the stream. Okay, so we're just making sure everything's pulled together nice and tightly here. What is the average airspeed of a laden swallow? 44, right? Good old Monty Python. Who doesn't love a bit of Python? Okay, Will, it says, is it hard to solder because it scares me to do because I think I may mess it up? No, soldering is not hard. I think anyone can do it. You just need to take your time and practice. Like anything, it's a skill that anyone can learn. Hey, we've even had Mel on stream learning how to solder, so if she can solder, you can too. If you go back and watch our streams on YouTube, you'll see that Mel did a whole stream where she soldered with me. So if she can do it, there's no reason why anyone else can't do it. Okay. Just going to take our time with the soldering today, just because there is a lot of foams in this board, so I just want to make sure everything is held together nice and tightly. But yeah, soldering's just one of those things. A good soldering iron, some nice solder, time and patience, and you'll be fine. Anyone can do it nicely. What's my favourite TKL build so far? Probably the F1ATEX from Geonworks. I think that is quite possibly the best TKL on the market. I think it's even going to be better than the F2. I think we've got one project coming up at PT that's going to be a PT branded board that I think might be better than it, but we'll see. I'm waiting for the prototypes right now. So yeah. Do you have an albatross? So yeah, ask me the questions you think I don't want to answer, guys. If you think there's ever a question that I wouldn't want to answer, that's the one I want you to ask. Yeah, it does become like a little bit like muscle memory to soldering. It's dead easy to do once you get used to it. It's like anything though, like bit of practice, bit of time, bit of patience, and anyone can become good at most things. Some things you'll learn faster than other people. Sometimes other people will learn faster than you, but it's all achievable. Maybe not you might never be the best in the world, but you'll be good enough, right? That's all that matters sometimes. Brown's good. So Cheerio mix Browns are better than people give them credit for. Let me put it that way. Are they the best Switch on the market? No, they are not the best Switch on the market. Are they reasonable? Yeah, they're not bad. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything here on the board. Just going back through the guide. Okay, looks good. Now we've got everything aligned a little bit neater, we can start to solder a little bit quicker. African or European swallow? Usable after lube, that's about it. Am I still playing Destiny 2 these days? Honestly, no. Do I wish I was? Yes. So I just, like, this weekend is the first weekend where I've actually taken some time for me for a long time. And last weekend a little bit as well because I was away at a wedding. But I just haven't been able to take any time for me for a while, and that includes playing video games. I've just had too many other things that have to be done, whether that be business and work related, or whether it be with my wife, or whether it be with friends or family that just needed support. So sadly I haven't played any video games in weeks. I haven't even been able to do things like I would usually do on my phone. Like I usually am an avid Sudoku player. I'll usually do 4 or 5 puzzles a day. I haven't done one in maybe a month now, just because I haven't found the time. I think I just need life to be a little bit less hectic for a while, so I can get back into games. The only exception to that is when I went to the arcade club on Friday and I played a lot of old arcade games, which was just a really nice night. I didn't want to be with other people particularly, so I was very quiet and kind of kept myself to myself. But yeah, I was I enjoyed that, even through solitude. Sometimes you just need that, right? And the people I was with were kind enough to appreciate and understand that. Favorite arcade game? Oh man, I don't know. Probably Glazians, I would say. I'm pretty good at that. Or there was one called Black Widow, which was around in the very early 80s, if I remember rightly, before my time. But we used to have that cabinet at a pub that I used to work at when I was younger, and I'm pretty good at that game. You basically play like a spider in a web, and you have to attack incoming enemies, just like waves of stuff. But it was pretty good fun. I was always quite good at it. And then of course I always enjoy a good pinball machine as well. Pinball is super cool actually. Just going to come to this end here, just because I'm not quite happy with how things are lining up here. There we go. Okay. You just love jumping over the barrels of Donkey Kong? Yeah, nice. Whilst it's preference, have you noticed any strong plate choice for tactiles to get that deep thought? I think for plates, if you want tactiles on it, I think a firmer plate works better. I know a lot of people swear by flexible builds these days, but I think that tends to ruin a tactile build for me, and I prefer a much firmer plate for a tactile build. Maybe try something with aluminium or with steel or carbon fiber and see how you get on. Just gonna try and make sure we're pressing this together fully here, because some of these look like they're just coming out a little bit. Okay, we're just going to go back to taking our time here just to make sure it's nicely done. Okay, I think we're okay now. Late to the party. Hey man, good to be here. Favorite Dreamcast game? Crazy Taxi, I think, was one of my favorite ones for the Dreamcast. Man, Dreamcast is such a long time ago now. When did the Dreamcast come out? Like 96? Or was it a little bit later? Was it 98? 98, I think. I'm gonna guess 98 for the Dreamcast. I can't really remember. It's that long ago now. I can't remember. It might be 96 or 98, I think, when the Dreamcast came out. But that's a long time ago now. Okay. Got a steel plate with your Anubis. Yeah, nice. My English is all over the place today. Nothing wrong with that. If you're looking for solder recommendations, I use Kester. Jet Set Radio. That was a great game. Yeah, I do remember that. But yeah, we use Kester solder here at the workshop. If you ever buy from us on the website and you want some solder chucking in, we'll chuck you in a keyboard's worth if you just add a small tip for a couple of pounds. Just make sure you note it on the notes page that you want some solder chucking in, and we'll do that for you. Still waiting for the prototypes, Nikki. Just shipping from China is shipping from China right now. It's just taking a fair bit longer than we were expecting. As soon as we get it, it'll be on Instagram and on the Discord server, so watch out for that. The first thing we'll do is build it up as soon as we get it, make sure it all works as we were expecting it to. And if that goes to plan, we'll just order a couple hundred units and then run the pre-order after we know they're in production. So it won't be too far away now. We've also got the revised version of the JL1 coming soon as well, which again we're going to try and do as a pre-order rather than a group buy. Kiwi Keeps, hey man, good to see you. I heard that some parts of China have gone back into lockdown. Yeah, some of the ports aren't functioning very well. and some of the businesses are up and down. It's just a weird situation getting anything done in China right now, especially at scale. Okay, that should be our soldering done. So I'm just gonna double check that everything looks good there. Okay, don't see any missing switches. Everything looks okay. Everything looks nice and neat and even. Just gonna tuck the foam back in places where it's coming out. Just make sure it's all in correctly where it should be. Go. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay. So next thing is we need to start popping this into the board. So let's get that ready. My wallet is not going to like those two. I think we might be, as part of the subathon stream, we might be giving away one of the very original JO1s, one of the really, really original ones with the brass center. Partial Patrick says, who is a PCB designer? PCB for what? Sorry, for this board? If this, it's Matrix Labs. Now we've done that, it's time to get the board back out. Because let's make sure that everything fits together correctly now. So we're going to take the board apart. I'm going to flip it over. We don't need that screwdriver anymore, but I think we need this one. One size up. There we go. Sorry, I think the mic isn't picking up your voice very well when you solder. Apologies. What do you need to ask me? If you want to ask a question, please do. Can that giveaway be rigged with the help of a bribe? If it's under $100, it's a tip, not a bribe. That's all I'll say. But yeah, we will have one of the very original JO1s as part of one of the giveaways, I think. I just need to check that all of the parts of it work still, because it's been in storage for 5 years now, so just need to double check that. Almost there on doing the case. We're going to put the feet on before we do anything else as well, just to make sure that they're in there. And we'll flick on the badge as well. You guys wanted to see the Gundam badge, so we'll pop that on as well. Let's pop these feet in first. Make sure board's giving away a soldered as ISO units. Well, some will be pre-built, some won't be, so... Yeah, if you have the file, Gideon, you can submit it in our next carbon fiber plate group buy, which is happening this month. It's not live yet, but it will be in the next couple of days. So yeah, you'll be able to submit there, but you will need the plate file. We can't provide plate files for you. I bet that was a hard decision to give away one of the OGs. Yeah, I had two personal ones of the OGs, and it's one of those units that we're giving away. Yeah. But the JO1 Rev 2 that's coming kind of harkens back more to it. So we've redesigned the JO1 from the ground up again, and it's closer in looks and visual appeal to the original JO1 OG than the Rev 1. It brings back the middle Brings back the middle there, which would be cool. Right, okay. Gonna put the badge in place. These are cool. So these badges, they just sit on this magnet here, and they just clip in like that, and that's it. Badge is in place. That works really well with this board, actually. The yellow and the blue in the badge just comes out really nicely. Okay. So now we should be able to take the board apart. There we go. We can indeed take the board apart. Just going to pop this over here for now. Okay. And then what we can do is we can install the gaskets for the build as well. Now we're going to install these on the PCB. Sorry, on the PCB and plate assembly. Where did the badge under the board trend start? I think it started with Matrix Labs. I'm pretty sure. So we're just going to put one of these on each tab here. This is one of the more time-consuming parts of the build. These are just foam gaskets. I need to pop one on the top and on the bottom of each of the tabs. So we've got quite a few of these to install. Not quite happy with that one. I think the first one needs a little adjustment as well. But I think Matrix Labs started the badge under the boards. If you mean the weight under the boards, I mean, that's been around since, well, I think the very origins of the keyboard hobby back in 2006, 2007 in Korea. Lego has hidden a Daft Punk style helmet on the Soul 3 PCBs. Very good. Yeah, he has. Yeah, it's cute. Legonet's a really great guy. I actually owe him a massive apology because I haven't got the group buy live yet for the new Soul, just because I've been too busy in my personal life this past weekend. But it's the first thing I'll be addressing tomorrow morning when I'm in work. Okay. Almost there now with the top layer, and then we can do the bottom layer afterwards. And then once those are done, we can start to pop it in the board. Okay, that's the top one's done. Now to install the bottom ones. You now want me to get an F1ATEX with Anubis switches, aluminium carbon fiber plate, and some nice thick PBT nice keycaps. Do it, man. Do it. This F1ATEX here is built with a carbon fiber plate. It's got linear switches in though, not tactiles, but it works great and it sounds good as well. Anubis switches are amazing, especially if you lube them to get rid of some of the minor inconsistencies the factory lubing has. Have them in my Soul. It's nice to type on palm plate. Yeah, the Anubis switches are pretty good. One of my favourite tactiles of the past few years. You did your 3203 with my Anubis and desk key films. Nice. Coffee check. No coffee today. It's too hot for coffee, and I don't have the facilities here at the workshop to make an iced coffee, but or a cold brew or anything. But yeah, we will have more coffee soon. It's just too hot for a hot coffee today. Like when I started streaming, I think it was like 27, 28 degrees, something like that in the workshop. So it's a little bit too warm today. We'll have more coffee on stream soon, very soon. I'm sure with the British weather, it won't last long before we're back to wearing woolen jackets just to keep warm in the workshop. Iron brew check. Yeah, we've got to have kind of iron brew left. FCFS stands for first come first serve, Gideon. Yeah, 37 degrees is what they're predicting for the end of next week, I think. Which is kind of scary, actually. Yeah, 37 degrees is way too hot for me. I will just... I'm lucky enough that we have air conditioning at home in a couple of rooms, so I'm just never going to leave those 2 rooms. Okay. So that's all about plate and PCB assembly and everything now done. What we're going to do is we're going to pop this into the top case housing. The first thing we need to do actually is install the JST cable for this. It doesn't actually mention that in the build guide actually. We're on step 2 of the build guide, but it doesn't mention that there. But I think we do need to. Yeah, it doesn't actually mention it, but we do need to run the JST cable from here. Now, I'm not sure if we can run this through the PCB or if we have to run it around the corner. Oh, we have to run it around the corner. That's fine. We can pop this in place this way. Just like so. There we go. So what I'm going to do is, before I lay this in place, I'm just going to pop this into the board here. Just like so. And then what we can do is, now that's all in place, we can lay this down. We're just going to flip this over, just make sure the cable's laid nicely. Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, next step is we can get this all nice and neatly aligned, and then we've got the strips that we showed you earlier on. That's these in here. These sit across these and then screw in place, so we're just going to pop these in place as well. These are just made of aluminium, and these can be tuned to adjust the typing feel. So we'll just put them in with all 3 screws in place, and then we'll let the owner of the board decide how he wants to lay them out later on. There we go. We do have a little baggie of screws here for these. The switches remind me of ice gems. Do they still make ice gems? I remember those from when I was a child. Okay. Which screws do we need here? Phillips. So we can grab a Phillips screw. Okay. And we're just going to lightly screw these into position. Spent lots of time in Australia, 48 plus degrees C, but it was tolerable because it was dry. The humidity in the UK, I think everyone forgets that the UK is actually really humid. you know, it's quite a humid country as the UK, and it is the humidity that makes it difficult to cope with sometimes. You can still find them in a lot of places. I haven't had them since I was a kid. I do remember ice gems. I used to quite like them, but I've not had them for a long time. Okay, one more to do on the front row. Okay, I'm going to spin this round. Then we can do the remainder on the rear, and then we can do 2 on the side as well. So what this is doing is it's basically creating a mount system for the plate and PCB assembly, but at the same time, it's also acting as a compression mount for the gaskets that we installed in the previous step. Valerius, thank you so much for the 10 gift subs, man. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I can't even put into words how much I appreciate those gift subs. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Wow, 10 gift subs. There you go, guys. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you. That means more to me than I can tell you. Thank you so much. Ties Warrior, NWO, Tasty2, Zombie, Dio Bag, PH Teven, Quagri, Z's, Mindstate, Kajahata. Thank you so much for the gift subs, Valerius. Everyone who I just named was the recipient there, so thank you so much. Oh wow, that's made the stream. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That's unbelievable. I can't remember the last time we had so many gift subs. Thank you. Love your store, loving the stream. First time I've joined. Relaxing and chill vibes. Yeah, we just try and relax on a Sunday afternoon. But I'm glad you like the store, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing your support. Okay, if you just started on the stream, don't forget we are having our subathon in a couple of weeks' time. On the 24th of this month, we'll be doing a 24-hour stream with £15,000 worth of giveaway stuff. So watch out for that, guys. Did we test out the black pom yet? Yes, I'm not 100% satisfied, so the pom form is kind of like in limbo at the minute until I get to a point where I'm fully satisfied with it, but it should be this week. It should be this week. And if there's anyone waiting for a response to a pom form completion, I apologise. It will be sorted out this week. I just want to make sure the black pom's ready and available as well. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we're okay. I thought we'd missed something, installing something, but it goes in the bottom case. We're good. We good, guys. We good. Oops, too many screws here. Okay, last one. There we go. Okay, so that's everything now aligned. We will check the alignment, make sure all of these are centered, and make sure everything's nicely lined up when we put the keycaps on. We can adjust that quite easily, or just make sure that the switches and the keys are correctly in line with where they should be. But it looks broadly correct, so we'll adjust that later on as need to be, depending on how that looks towards the end of the stream. Next up, it's time to take a look at installing this sheet here. Now, I'm tempted not to stick this in. This should be sticky adhesive on one side. I'm tempted not to stick this in and let the owner of the board decide whether they want to stick this on, but we will leave it in there just in case they want to decide to do that. So you can peel off the backing and then stick that on, but we'll just pop it in. In fact, we won't put it in at all, actually. We'll test the keyboard first when we finish building it, and I'll just message a customer and see what they want to do with that. Right, okay, onto the bottom case now, because there's a couple of things we need to do on the bottom case. The first thing we need to do is to install the little chip just to the side here. So I just need to make sure I understand how that goes. We do have a replacement option. You can have black or white. We'll leave the black one in. The customer can always choose to change that later. We do have 2 screws and a little piece of foam gasket as well. And we also have the little circuit board just here. So I'm just going to empty this out. And this just slots into there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the 2 screws that are in place, because we need to remove those. This all goes in as one piece. And we're going to need to use the longer screws that are provided, because these ones won't be long enough to hold everything in place. I'm going to pop the board into position. I'm going to screw this back into place. If I actually, no, if putting the light in, we do have to change the white piece. We do have to change the white piece. Apologies. I don't know what I was thinking there. This is like an LED diffuser. There we go. Of course, the customer, the owner of this board, can decide whether they want this in or not later on. They can always choose to change this if they wish to do so. There we go. The other thing we can do now as well is we can install this. This just takes a couple of screws just to hold it in place in the center. I think that screw should be one of the ones that does it. Perhaps not. If that's not one of the screws, then it must be. Oh, I know which ones it is. I know exactly which ones it isn't. It's these ones with the flat heads. Making another dragon on the printer? Yeah, it's a different dragon this time, but this is for one of the children that my my brother fosters. But basically, it's like it's kind of like a low poly model. So yeah, the printer's hard at work at that and should finish tomorrow. Okay, let's install these screws just for this rubber piece here. That's one in place. Do the far side again. That's 2. And again, we're not over tightening here, we're just tightening up just as much as we need to hold it in place. Never any need to over tighten screws. Origin Technologies is here. Hey man, good to see you. Am I enjoying the heat? It's a little bit too hot for me, if I'm honest. I'm sat here with the fan blowing on me and I'm still sweltering. The last thing we're going to do is we're just going to install this diffuser. So we're going to pull off the protective foam and I'm just going to pop that just in there like so. There we go. Okay, so now that we've done that, the last thing we need to do is install the daughter board, which we have just here. So I'm going to pop in one of the screws just on one side first, and we're just going to use the screwdriver just to tack that into place. It'll line it up nicely. There we go. Second screw into the other side. There we go. Okay. Now we can use the cables to connect everything up. I'm just going to pop the case just here like so. In fact, actually, we need to pop it the other way around. Just like so. We can connect this cable into here. And then this cable can connect into here and then into here. That's the case now all wired up. We're going to clip the case together, just making sure the cables sit inside. Just like so. And then it's now time to screw the case back together. And then we can pick some keycaps for it. JST cable for the LED? Yeah, all three JST cables are in place. With the recent QK65, which I ordered a black gold with a Bluetooth PCB, where do you think I got Hobby's going, and how do you see it in 5 years' time? I mean, if you'd have asked me that 5 years ago, I wouldn't have seen where we are now, and I was streaming back then. So I think in 5 years' time, I think the Hobby will have a lot more mass-produced stuff. I think the what used to be classed as a high-end stuff, the kind of low-run, high-cost boards, I think they'll be pretty much extinct by that point. People are going to stop wanting to buy, like, you know, a JL1 or a Heine TKL or something in the next 3 or 4 years. I think that's going to disappear. I think they'll become much smaller runs and only be maybe 20 or 30 units for people who are really into the hobby. I think mass marketed produced boards such as the WOOC series, which are really good, or the QK65, which is okay as well. I think those are going to become much more prevalent, and they'll start to impact the wider market as well. So we'll see companies like, we've already seen Glorious, we'll see other companies like Corsair and Razer and stuff and try and step into the whole custom keyboard market. A lot of them have already started to make waves as it is, and I think that'll grow as well. But I do think that the golden age of custom keyboards as it was is probably on the end of its golden age now, I think. The issue with the group buy model is that it can't stop. The only way it can stop is if people have enough money to invest in actually providing all of the infrastructure, the keyboards, the manufacturing stuff up front. And I think lots of small group buy runners who design these boards, they don't have that. You know, you speak to your average, you know, a big group buy might be $1 million, right? A medium group buy might be $500,000, and a small group buy might be $50,000. Even having $50,000 to spare on something that may or may not make you a profit in the long run, that's a lot of money for someone to have to put aside, especially in this hobby. I think if you want the niche products that are really bespoke, like the J series, for example, and things like that, I don't think we'll ever move away from the group buy. OGR is another great example. It's a great board by a great guy. So I think boards like that will always need group buy models, because the people behind them won't have the funding to be able to just produce them for in stock. Or they will move to a model where a company will fund it, and maybe it will sell, maybe it won't. And if that designer has one board that doesn't sell, they're going to struggle to then get that company to invest in for a second time or third time. So I think the group buy model is a necessary evil in the hobby right now, unless every vendor suddenly starts making millions and millions and millions. And given we're about to hit a recession, I think we're going to see more cancelled group buys. I think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see more group buys fail to even get out of IC. I think we're going to see the rise of in-stock products happen more and more often. But I do think that group buys will be a necessary leave if you want to see that top-end kind of like homegrown designer stuff. That's always going to need the group buy model, because people just aren't going to have the funds to be able to do it. It's really, really expensive, and without those funds, it's just not going to be that. That's what I think anyway. Of course, I'm happy to be proven wrong on that, and my thoughts are just my thoughts, but we'll see how it pans out in the next couple of years, I guess. I don't disagree that the group buy model isn't flawed. It is, but it's a necessary evil, I think.
Incredible.
What keyboards do you see becoming modern classics like the Jane OTD 360Q Cult Lin? I think we've seen the back end of those now. I don't think any of the keyboards that are being produced over the next couple of years will be classed as modern classics. I think the hobby has hit those Halcyon days where it's now become mainstream enough that those kind of products won't exist anymore. I think there will always be people that want the Janes and the OTDs and things like that, but I don't see that as being something that's going to happen to many boards going in the future. Yeah, I think we're pretty past that now. That's why a lot of prices are falling in the aftermarket, and we're going to hit a balance soon where the aftermarket is going to be, they're secondhand goods on the aftermarket, right? Why in every other market, why would a secondhand good be more expensive than the brand new good at a retailer? And I think that as we end up going to more in stock, I think that the aftermarket is going to quieten down, and people are going to have to sell things on the aftermarket for less than what they paid for it if they want to sell it, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Newcomers just need to be educated beforehand on the group buy characteristics of group buys. Yeah, I think most of the vendors do a good job of explaining on their sites how a group buy works and what it is. We have a disclaimer on our site that explains it quite detailed, so I think that that's fair. Look at what happened to poor old James on the OGR group buy so far. Yeah, I feel sorry for him because I hope his Stripe version goes well successfully. I really do hope that happens. We've already seen it with many group buys for keycaps, etc., which have been failing to MOQs recently. Yeah, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen more and more and more. I think that's going to happen. But if you guys want to support the hobby, you need to buy stuff. Like, that's the only way the hobby is going to keep being here. It's going to die if people stop buying stuff. So I know there is. It's almost like the market is too saturated with stuff right now, and people just don't know where to put their money. And that means that more projects are going to fail, and only certain projects are going to win out. And that really depends on what the market wants, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's going to mean a lot of designers will end up going bankrupt or losing money on projects. A lot of the vendors will disappear and new ones will spring up and they'll disappear as well. I think it's going to be a very big change in scenery. Like, I think if you join in the hobby to make money, I think those days are gone, right? That's just the fact of where we're at now. Okay, next was from Skimson. He says, "Hi Jay, how can I bribe you to reserve a Mammoth 75 extra for me?" We'll have extras for sale in stock. They will be first come, first serve. The Mammoth 75s haven't finished production yet and aren't with us, but as soon as they are, you'll be able to track that on our updates. We don't really take bribes or anything like that for extras, but we will have plenty available. So yeah. It'll stop scalpers taking up spots. The other side of that, though, Neon Ninja, if scalpers stop taking up spots, will there be enough spots to actually make the group buy get made? That's the other thing. People do join group buys to make a profit later on, and if they can no longer do that, will they still join the group buys? No. Is there enough demand for that product without the scalpers? Who knows? Anonymous Spiker, hey man, good to see you. Thanks for being here, dude. Thank you. Cannon caps are blooming right now with the in-stock keycap sets. Yeah, we've got them all in stock on the website, prototypist.net, link below. Go check them out, go buy some. I'll be happy if you do. I'm still going to support James in relaunches. Fair, man. Yeah, I'm not saying anyone shouldn't support James. Yeah. No one should be using PayPal for group buys these days. So he's been well known in the community for a long time that you just can't use PayPal for group buys because their policy doesn't support it. They will lock away funds. Stripe will do the same though. That's the thing. So if you like, it's no secret that pretty much whenever you buy something in group buy through prototypist.net, 25% of it is held by Stripe for a year. They hold 25% of whatever. So if you buy a key set off me for 100 quid, 20 quid of that is VAT, and 80 quid of that is the actual cash to use for the group buy. But it's not, because 25% of that is taken and held by Stripe for a year, 20% of it through Shopify, 20% of that is VAT, and then we get whatever's left over, which actually works out about 40%, 45%, something like that when you work it out. So yeah, it's kind of nuts. So Stripe will do the same, and but they'll just hold a percentage, not the whole amount, and it's a whole different thing. Sometimes I feel like I lose hope with this hobby, then I'll get good news and rekindle the love for hobby. Blue Toggle, that's how most hobbies go. Hobbies, peaks and troughs. You have to ride the wave of hobbies. Be like that for video games, for cars, whatever hobby you're into, it's always going to be the same. Just enjoy the ride, man. Did not lose out like other people in the group buys. I purchased it in GBP. Yeah, so the other thing as well is the exchange rates are making people lose money hand over fist in the hobby right now, like the vendors, because everything is bought in US dollars from China. So if you're not a US dollar country and you're taking customer money, you're losing money hand over fist in group buys right now. The exchange rates are making things cost 12% more than what they should have done if you ordered it a year ago or 12 months ago. I've got a blog post up on that on the website about it as well if you want to check that out. What's my top 3 favorite boards? JO1, JO2, JO1, Rev1. How about that? No, real answer to that is I couldn't give you an answer because I've got too many boards in my personal collection to be able to decide. Like, I could give you 3 boards for every week of the year, I think. Like, I could give you a top 3 boards for every week of the year and I'd still have boards left over. You already purchased 2 key sets, Moon and Noel, both very nice. Noel is lovely. Moon is underrated, I think, right now. Nice. The Cannon Caps Moon is really underrated. It's like a really good set. Nice to find a decent keyboard vendor here in the UK. There isn't that many around. But we have more vendors in the UK right now than the EU does. It's nuts. We have like 35 vendors in the UK right now. It's crazy. But I'm glad that you're supporting prototypists. So thank you for that. Thank you. Right. Okay. Back to the build stream. So there we go. That's the board built. It's looking pretty smart. I wasn't sure on these stabilizers, but the more I look at it, the more I think it works. Next job is to put some keycaps on. But before we do that, we're going to just plug this in and we're going to just test it. If you guys haven't seen, I think this actually needs flashing by the firmware. But we see the little heart light lights up. So let's see if we can get Via up for you. But if you guys haven't seen, Via is now on the web. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but Via is now web-based, which is kind of interesting. That's not this one. Okay, so it's you can't see Via right now, but it's showing my other keyboard. Let me just see if in the build guide that we linked earlier on there is a firmware. I think there is. Oh, it's a Vial. Okay, so we don't want Via, we want Vial. Right, okay, we have that installed. There we go. Matrix ME. Okay, let me see if I can share Vial with you guys. That should display Vial on screen. He says. Apparently not. Let's edit that. There you go. You can now see Vial on screen. Okay. Let's see if we can... Where's the test on this? I need to check the tester. Matrix tester. Okay. Let's just check out the keys. Make sure everything lights up. And then we can fix it if anything shows us not working. But everything's looking good so far. Oh, we haven't changed this over to ISO, so we'll need to just double check that in a second. That's showing up. That should... Alright, okay. So let's just flick this over to layout to ISO. So enter key is ISO. We've split the left shift and we've got a 7U bottom row. Yeah, okay. Let's try that now. There we go. Okay, looking good. Split left shift's working as well. Whoops. That's all working. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so we can see that every key on the keyboard works as it should do. I'm going to let the owner of the board map out the keyboard how they want to do. With Vial or Via, it's very easy to do these days, so I'll let them manage that for themselves. So we don't need that anymore. There we go. Let's catch up with chat. What's my top 3 favorite? We talked about. What's my top 3 favorite boards of this week? I always like an F1 like that's one of my favorite boards of all time, so I would always pick that. I've been really enjoying at home my OG JO1 recently. I've been doing a lot of writing from home, so I've really enjoyed using that, which I haven't used it for a long time. I've been using the JO1 Rev 1 for a long time, so I'm going to pick that. And then the other board that I've used a lot this week is my Borsdorf. So I have a Borsdorf built with Brown Alps, and I've really enjoyed using that for the past couple of weeks. So yeah, that's what we'll pick. Will you be unloading several of your boards as time goes by? So my personal boards are all for sale basically at the minute. I'm trying to collate my collection down from about 450 boards to about 20 that I want to keep and hold forever. So yeah, if you're interested in any board that you've ever seen me build on stream that is a personal board of mine and it's not a customer board, just join the Discord on the link below and message Mel, who's in the Discord. She works for me. She works here at Prototypes Keyboards, and she's in charge of managing all of that. So in the next couple of weeks at some point, she will be publishing a list of what boards are available, as well as some rough indications of what pricing we've paid for it, so I can try and break even on my sales back. So yeah, so that's going to happen. But we've got Dalco 959 Mini, we've got a Pandora 60, we've got an Anzi, we've got a HHKB TX60 in copper, we've got a couple of Satisfaction 75s, we've got a couple of Dolphins, we've got a GSKT, we've got a K, we've got a Heine TKL L1 and matching numpad. Like, these are just boards I can see like floating around. There's also key sets as well, a ton of vintage boards too, and a lot of other stuff as well. I just need to collate my collection down to something that's more usable. So yeah. So yeah, if you've ever seen me build anything that's personal, it's going to be for sale. Right, we can unplug the board now because we're going to be putting keycaps on in a second. You guys are going to get to pick some keycaps in a second. I need a blue set. Striker shouldn't be too far away, I don't think. I remember my first group buy in 2020, Cat Mizu for my Clipper. Now I'm in thousands deep and I still haven't seen any hope for that key set. I've got CRP and like 5 GMK sets now. It'll happen. It will come. It will come. I'm still using the Via app. Yeah, I've been using Via app as well for a long time, but it is now web-based, which is quite cool. So I do want to check that out. It's going to be something I'm going to check tomorrow. Thanks to your flash sale last Friday, I finally managed to buy a Luvia. Nice, congratulations. It'll start shipping tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday, within 3 working days of your order. This board in particular is Vile, not Via, yes, but it's cool. I just like how they discontinue the downloadable app, whilst a lot of browsers don't support the web app. I mean, that's just due to the native technology. You can install a browser and you can access it from anywhere. I think that's quite good. It also means that they're open sourcing a lot of it as well, so people will be able to use it. You can still use the app if you want to. It's not going to change unless anyone finds a vulnerability, its security. So I'm pretty confident that that'll be okay as well. The variety of stock in most shops isn't that great, but on Prototypist it is great. I just need to forget to get in on the group buys. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, we try and keep as much in stock as we can. I think we've probably got the largest store in the UK now, and we definitely have the most in stock stuff. Japani Trot, hey man, good to hear from you. I'm glad to see you, dude. Did you get the W1AT from Gion? Yeah, I did. I got 2 of those. I don't know why I bought 2, but I bought a raw one and I bought a pink one. But yeah, is there any jelly in that list? Probably. I don't have a Space 80, no. I do have a Satisfaction 75 in Seafoam Green, yes. It's the lighter green, not the darker green, because it was the Friends and Family edition. But if you're interested in that, message Mel and she'll be able to take a look at it. I will be at the meet in London. Prototypist will be there with us with our storefront. So Mel and I will both be there. We'll be at the meet in London. We'll have a little stall up. You'll be able to buy some stuff from us on the day, or you'll be able to see some of our product wares. I won't be taking any of my personal collection. It'll just be store stuff. Normally when I go to the meetups, I go as just me and I take stuff with me. But this time we'll be going only as Prototypist. I don't have a general regular ticket as well. I just have the vendor ticket. So there'll only be kind of boards that Prototypist has sold on display, and we're not going to have like a huge stall. It's only going to be a few items and a few bits of stock that we can sell on the day. So yeah, if you're interested in anything, let me know and we can take it down so you can take a look. But yeah, it should be good fun. I will be going around and having a look at other people's boards. I like to meet people and see people, so if you want to come and say hi, I would love to shake your hand. Just find me and say hello, tell me who you are, show me what boards you've brought, because that always interests me. Yeah, for sure. I do have an Iron 165 for sale. Yes, it's one of the original Friends and Family Edition ones with a solid copper base, which has been patinaed with a white top, I believe. So that's for sale. I think I have a plum one as well, but I don't recall whether that's sold or not. But there is there's at least one Iron 165 available. Again, message Mel if you're interested. I just need a Zoom 65 and my collection will be complete for a while. Black Zoom 65s go in stock on Friday. We're going to have those in stock this Friday. I think the white ones have all sold out now, but we'll have the black Zoom 65 Olivia edition in on Friday this week, and the extended, the essential edition of the Zoom 65s, they're on the way from China right now as well. What am I bringing? We haven't decided exactly what we're going to bring, but it's just going to be stock that we're going to take to the meetup. We're not going to be there in a personal capacity. I'm only going to be there in a vendor capacity. So yeah, there we go. When and where is the meet in London? I live in the southeast. If you have tickets, the tickets were for sale on Mech Boards, which is another UK vendor, and you can join the MK UK, Mechanical Keyboards UK Discord. They also have a subreddit for more details on tickets, but I think it's all sold out now. There will be more meets later on, and I think we're going to do another Prototypist Open Day at some point later on in the year as well. I haven't set a date for it but I think we're going to aim for like the October-November half term, I think, or maybe early in the new year. But we're going to do another open day here at PT where you can come by, you can see the stock, you can buy stuff. We'll have some discounts and giveaways on the day. You can see whatever's left of my personal collection at that point. We'll have some of the cards out front because I collect classic cards as well. We're just going to have like a really good open day. Free coffee will be on for everyone as well, so you'll be able to have free coffee, free drinks, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're going to look to do that later on this year again as well, because we did it a few months ago and it was great fun. I really enjoyed it. If timing is perfect, I may have a Cage and ATEX V30, but that could be delayed. But if not, I'll definitely have the Meridian W180. Yeah, I don't know where the Cage is at right now. I know the Tomos are on the way to my warehouse in China right now, so they should be shipping to us pretty soon. The ATEX V3.0, I think the Chinese group buys just finished shipping out, so that means that the manufacturing is now well underway for the international group buy, and those should be shipping out to us soon. I can't guarantee you right now that you'll have those for the meetup, but I'd like to think at least one of those will have arrived by then. What poster is that in the background? The poster in the background is actually one produced by Crash, who is an amazing artist in the keyboard hobby and sold through mykeyboard.eu and Omnitype and a couple of other worldwide vendors. I'm actually featured in there. It's the poster has all of the kind of streamers, vendors, designers, manufacturers, loads of other people who are intrinsic to the hobby. I'm not quite sure why they chose to include me, but they did, which was really kind of them, and I'm flattered to be there. Where the big orange car is just here, that's me with the red and the blue. That's me there. You can't quite see because of the way the light's reflecting, but that's me with one of my cars, and this is the PT workshop, which you'll see on our Instagram account, which again you can join below if you're interested in looking at. Okay, let's catch up with chat, and then we'll put some keycaps on the board. Are you still selling your personal collection, Shandon? Yes, I am. Yeah. You just need to message Mel, who's in the Discord. If you join the Discord, I don't have a full list yet. Mel is going to be collating that in the next couple of weeks. There's no timeline on that. It's just as and when we get to it job, but everything is for sale. If you've seen me build something that you would like to buy off my personal collection on one of the streams, you can message Mel, join the Discord below, and she will arrange whatever she can. She'll take some pictures, she'll tell you roughly what we need to break even on it, and then you'll be able to buy it or not. So yeah, please reach out to Mel. It's keycap time now. Yes, it is keycap time. I do have some choices for you. You are able to choose some keycaps in a second. We'll have a poll going in a minute. So you haven't missed that yet. May have missed it, so apologies for the repeat. When's the next tranche of the in-stock list? Friday with the announcement, I imagine. So this Friday coming, we're going to have the black Olivia 65 Zoom 65 Olivia edition in stock. All of the other in-stock stuff is going to come a week on Friday. So the list will probably be published late this week, early next week. But I think there's over 50 different line items and over 50 different products and over 85 different line items that we're going to have in stock. That's going to be added to our currently massive stock list as well. But they're not going to go in stock until a week on Friday coming, so just under 2 weeks away. The only thing going in stock this Friday is the Zoom 65 Olivia Dark Edition. Those will be in stock and shipping within 3 days, and the list for everything that's going to be in stock is going to be announced in the next couple of weeks as well. So watch out for that on the Discord. We'll announce it on Discord, we'll announce it on Instagram, so watch out for those for sure. Coffee check. No coffee, I'm afraid, Blue Toggle. We're drinking Iron Brew today because it's too hot for coffee. I have around 450 boards, yeah, in my personal collection. So yeah. Is MT3 an option for this keyboard? It's not. Let me show you what I've got, guys. Let's flip back to the board. So the choices you're going to have to be able to pick for this build stream today is GMK Plum, which I think might look quite nice with this. It might match this kind of yellow aesthetic. GMK White on Black, because it goes with absolutely everything. And then the third and final choice is a brand new key set for me. I haven't opened this yet. This is still sealed. A GMK Mudbean, which I think might be a really nice fit. It's the beige and yellow that might match this keyboard. Who knows? So let me set up a poll. You guys will be able to enter your options into the poll in chat in a second. Let me set that up. Which keycaps? Oops. What caps are gone? So we have GMK Mudbean. We have GMK White on Black. And we have GMK Plum. Okay, poll should be up. You guys have got 5 minutes to decide. Start posting in the poll, which you'd like to see. Those are 3 key sets that we have for choices today. Any highlights I can share? Any highlights of what? Sorry, Gideon. If you let me know what highlights you mean, you'll let me know. Is the Zoom 65 Olivia coming back? The white one will come back, yes. I don't know when, but it will. The black ones will be in stock on Friday coming this week. Then all of the essential editions will be in stock in a few months' time. Iced coffee. I love an iced coffee, Woody, but I don't have the facilities here at the workshop to make an iced coffee. If I did, I would. Mudbeam's lovely. Yeah, did the poll show up for you guys? It should be in chat. How weird. How weird. Let me end that poll. How weird that didn't show up. How weird. It's not showing up. Sorry, guys. New poll. Let me see if I can get this working. Okay, let me try this again. There we go. Poll is now working. Poll should now be showing up in chat, guys. You'll be able to vote from there. Mudbeam, White and Black, and Plum. Those are the 3 options. Not sure what happened last time, but it didn't work. Does Plum have a UK ISO support? I think so. I think so. Do you have any advice on finding keycaps that have the @ symbol near the return and enter key? You're meaning UK ISO support, aren't you? Just need to look for UK ISO support. Like a lot of the sets that we stock in stock, if it says it has UK ISO support, it's going to have that key there. So you just need to take a look for that. If you're struggling, ask in the Discord server, and we'll point out some sets that work. I'm so surprised at how slowly CRP sold out. I can't lie, fell in love with the Hebrew Green. I think it lasted about an hour before most of the kits had gone. We only have some spacebar kits left in stock now, I think. Yeah, the poll's up now, guys. The poll's up now. Just use Mudbeam. Easy. Adam. I see how you're going. Highlights of the in-stock trench next. So we're going to have Bubble 75. We're going to have Geek Arc Triangle. We're going to have Infinity Key Marshmallow, Cabernet. We're going to have... there's another Infinity Key set that I've forgotten, Peach Tea. We've also got a ton of different desk mats. We've got maybe 40 or 50 different Hebe... Rama and other artisans going in stock as well. There is all sorts of stuff. There's some more keyboards that are going to be in stock as well. The list is just massive. It's just huge. We've got some more GMK sets that are just about to come out of customs on Monday, Tuesday. So watch out for GMK Fundamentals extras as well. GMK Alpine extras. GMK Pink on Navy extras. Those group buys should all hit us this week, and we'll be shipping those orders out. So the extras will be up live next Friday. So there's going to be a lot of different stuff going in stock next Friday. So watch out for that. The list should be up later this week. I'm hoping that I can put a list up on Wednesday or Thursday when I announce that the Black Olivia Zoom 65 editions are going to be in stock as well. So watch out for that, but keep an eye on the Discord because that's where everything's going to be announced. Alex, yes and no, but we reach out to the people that we want to work with. We don't tend to take people asking us for affiliation programs. We tend to reach out to the people we want to work with. Fundamentals, yeah, it's stuck in customs right now, but it's almost here. It's almost here. No worries, Gideon. My aim is to support the community as much as possible. Like that's what I want to do. That's literally the reason why I started Prototype, is to support the hobby in the best way I could. I've been a huge person, like hugely into the hobby on a personal level for years. So the fact that I now have the option to try and help people get stuff, it's the main thing I want to do. But it has to be financially viable, right? The store has to keep selling stuff to make money. So if you want to support us, buy stuff from the store. That's the only way we keep going. Yeah, sorry about the poll before, guys. I don't know what stopped that working, but it looks like Mudbeam's going to win. We do have all sorts of additional kits for Mudbeam, so I have like an F kit and some novelties. If the camera focuses, and then the spacebar kit's massive. So yeah, we've got loads of stuff going on for Mudbeam. I grabbed Fundamentals pre-order on a whim, slowly looking forward to it more and more when I go back to look at it. So Fundamentals is going to be huge for me. I'm a massive fan of GMK Honeywell, and Fundamentals is kind of like a different version of Honeywell. I'm super stoked for it. It's going to be one of my favorite key sets. I know it is. Like, I just know it is. I haven't bought a set, and I haven't bought a pre-order set either, but I will be taking one out of stock for myself and then buying it back at... I'm going to have to buy... Because everything I take from stock for the store for myself, I buy, but I'm going to have to buy it at the full retail price now because I missed out on it. So, yeah. MW Cultured Cap is nice. Yeah, it is. Yeah. The early pictures of Fundamentals look fantastic. Yeah, sadly, we just got messed over by customs this time, just due to the way GMK sent stuff to us. They'd never done it this way before, because it's so they've actually had to palletize this order, which is why it's come in a different way. So I think Switch Keys in Australia actually got their shipment in before us, which has never happened before. But yeah, Pink on Navy as well. Yeah, that's all coming too. So Alpine, Pink on Navy, and Fundamentals. I think there's another one shipping in the next couple of days as well. So it's going to be really, really busy for in-stock GMK stuff. So get your wallets ready, guys. Get your wallets ready. PBC fans, key trays are really nice. Much more compact to make storage easy. Nice. Jay, did you get the Ergo kit for Mudbeam? Pretty rare to see a GMK Ergo kit. I didn't. I only got the F key kit, the which it's going to look quite nice as this actually. The spacebar kit, the novelties kit, and the base kit. Those are the only ones I got. I did not get the Ergo kit. Make sure that happens before the extras listed. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I messed up with CRP extras and I didn't take the kits that I wanted out of stock. Mel assumed that I'd done it. I assumed Mel had done it. And then we sold all of the in-stock stuff. And then I realized that there was no kits left over for me to buy. So I didn't even get a chance to buy the kits that I wanted from CRP. But it's fine. It's fine. There'll be another round. Or I'll find them on the aftermarket. So yeah, not gonna lie, if I live close to PT, I would love to work or volunteer here. We don't have any full-time or part-time jobs going right now, but we always accept volunteers willingly. If anyone ever wants to swing by and do an hour's worth of work for us, you're more than welcome to. If I'm up that way for work, is it possible to drop in on when you're in a whim when you're in? I'd love to meet you guys and see all the things in person. Yeah, you can watch on Instagram and you can see the workshop because we share about 20 minutes of videos across the week of what we're doing in the workshop, sometimes more. If you ever are going to be dropping in, we just need a little bit of days notice, like a couple of days notice, because we're closed on Wednesdays. We do a 4-day week. We try and be progressive and we only work a 4-day week. But we do work long hours on the days we're in. But those hours change from a week to week basis. So sometimes it might be 9 to 5 that we're here. Other weeks it might be, 6 p.m. until midnight or whatever. It really does depend on the weeks and what works for us, for Mel and I. So we're not always here, and sometimes people have been and the workshop's been closed. And they've complained, and then they've seen an Instagram story of the workshop being open, but some of our Instagram stories kind of like get released a little bit later than when they happen. They always happen on the same day. It's just a little bit, we're not always open, let me put it that way, and we open when we have to, when we need to work around mine and Mel's personal lives. So don't just drop in and hope that we're open, because we're not going to be. If you've got an order booked for collection, you can mark that for collection, and we will give you a time slot to be able to come and pick that up. We can work with you on that as well. But yeah, we're not always open, so just keep that in mind. Any updates on the JJW play tray? I appreciate that it'll be a while away. I'm just curious. As far as I know, manufacturing started. That's all I know right now. In a couple of weeks, it'll be updated on the Notion, and then updates will be on there. But there's nothing to tell you. It's not expected to ship until Q4, so there's nothing to tell you right now. Cool. Right. Okay. Okay. I think it's time to put the keycaps on the board. Mudbeam won handily with 84% of the votes. So let's get the keycaps on the board. Let's get the base kit out and see what it looks like. Sorry for the barrage of questions. Where are you guys based if you wanted to collect? So we're based in West Yorkshire. The address is on the website, but you can also Google us. You can just go on Google Maps and put in Prototypers Keyboards and you'll see where we are. But we're in West Yorkshire, in Bradford. I'm at the workshop right now, and we're just off the Bradford Ring Road. Okay. I do love unsealing brand new GMK sets. So here is GMK Mudbeam. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see the board as it gets the keycaps on it. There we go. Let me know what you think of the match, guys, whether it works or not. I think that looks pretty good to me. How is this looking? Does this look good, or does this look terrible? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Sarika would look fire on this. It's a little bit more orange in real life than yellow that it shows on the cameras. It's kind of as close as I can get it with the cameras that we have here, but and the lighting that we have. But yeah, Sarika would look pretty good on it. I was so sad I missed out on the GMK Mictlan group buy. We will have extras in stock after the group buy ships, and we'll also probably have pre-orders up at some point in the very near future. So one of the things I do need to do actually is fix all of the pre-orders on the website. It is on my to-do list. But effectively anything that's in pre-order right now, we're going to take all of those listings down and put a whole raft of new pre-orders that have happened since and get them listed instead. This does have UK ISO in base, so we should have the correct key for there. Yes, there it is. I've just realised that we've put a couple of the keys on incorrectly. There we go. Let's put the UK ISO keys on first. Go with the yellow enter, because why not? There we go. Should have the short shift here as well. There it is. There we go. Okay, that should be everything we need, I think, for the UK ISO keys. But now we can continue. Let's put the rest of the keys in place. Do you like mixing and matching keycaps from different sets? I have done in the past. Yeah, I used to, when GMK sets and group buys were few and far between, I used to mix up keycap sets quite often. Like use modifiers from one and alphas from another or something like that to make something new. These days I find that we need to do that less and less. Loving Yellow and Black, need to find some. Yeah, this is GMK Mudbeam. I think it's still in stock at some vendors worldwide. Jay loved mixing the keycaps around from the same set. For a long time he had a lovely red keyboard with the keys in alphabetical order. That's not changed, it's still the same, I think. I don't think we've taken the keys off it yet. So we had like an open day, and I had one of my personal collection boards out, and whilst it was out, people decided they wanted to put a key set on that was on display, so they put the key set on it. But instead of putting the key set on in QWERTY, they put it on as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and of course the layers and profiles were all wrong. So that was lovely. I don't think we've fixed it yet though. I think it's still the same. It's not close to that, no. It's slightly more orangey than it looks on stream. Like, I can't get the cameras with this particular lighting to show it correctly. It's a little bit more orangey in real life. I presume you'll have extras of the play train. Missed out in the group buy? Yes, we will. We have extras of everything. So yeah, there will be extras. I would love a GMK white or black set with just UK ISO and R5. It wouldn't make MOQ, that's the problem. It just wouldn't make MOQ. As much as I would love to make it, it just wouldn't make MOQ. Personal favourite is Kaiju mods with white and black alphas, like the Greek Dean and Black. That's nice. Yeah, I bet that would. How do I store my collection since it's so big? I've got 3 cupboards over here that are full of keyboards in their boxes. I've also got a long sideboard on the far side of this kind of desk that I'm working on at the minute. There's like a sideboard that doubles the width of the desk that's full of keyboards. I also have a glass cabinet display stand with glass shelves that has about 50 keyboards in it. I also have a shelf just over here that's just off camera view that's got maybe 10 or 15 keyboards in, and all on top of the sideboard there's keyboards on display as well. So we have keyboards pretty much everywhere. I've also got some at home as well. Not all of my collection is here. The majority of it is though these days.
Incredible.
Thank you so much, Alvojep, for the follow. I appreciate that, my man. I don't know why I've got that. I don't need that. Do need the arrow keys though. Well, I'm trying to cut down on my personal collection, so I don't need a way to display it. That's hopefully What's the history of step caps lock? It's just designed so that it's easier to miss it and you're not going to press it here. So like, because it's stepped, you notice that you're past the A key and you're not on another key. So it's just less likely to be pressed. That's all the steps for. Yeah. So there we go. For your giveaway next week, same time as last time, marbles on stream. So it's not next week, it's the week after, it's the 24th. We're doing a full 24-hour stream where we're giving away about £15,000 worth of prizes. But it's basically a subathon. So the more subs we get, the longer we stay on stream, the more giveaways we do, the more subs we get, the more tiers and things we hit for the number of giveaways that are going to happen effectively. But we're going to give away keyboards, we're going to give away key sets, we're going to give away vintage stuff, we're going to give away PT hoodies and keycaps and other PT swag. You name it, there's going to be loads of stuff given away. Yeah, just watch out for that. But come and join us. You basically, if you sub, it will add like 15 minutes onto how long I've got to stream for. So we're just going to be here for 24, 36, 48 hours. As long as you guys keep me streaming, that's how long I'll be streaming for. So there we go. Okay, so almost there. We just need the bottom tray again now, just for some of the additional options. So the control keys. I'm going to pop in. There we go. And then we need the 2 Alt keys. Sadly, no Alt GR. That would have been nice. I do prefer the Alt GR key if I can use it. And then a 7U space. There we go. Okay. And then we just need to finish off the TKL cluster. Rest of the keys. Where's the rest of the keys? Wait, what? That's because they're on here. I was expecting them to be on the other side, but they're not. They're here. There we go. Right, let's put the keycaps back away. Ta-da. And here we have the Matrix ME with the heart logo. We've got the GMK Mudbeam keycaps. We've got the badge with the Gundam on it as well. It's looking pretty good. This has got the LED control on it as well, so that should light up, I think. I can't remember how we need to control that. There must be a key for it to control it to get it on. But we've got the little heart LED lit up here as well. It's all good. It looks really good, right? This looks really good. I'm hoping it sounds as good as it looks. We'll do a sound test in a second. For screen stabs, what do you think is a solid choice without needing to tune too much? Jerk V2s. Stabies are good, but I think all stabs need tuning. No stabs are great. I think if you can build without stabs, it's better, but of course you need it for certain keys. But I don't think any stabs on the market are actually good, so it's kind of like the lesser of all the evils. That's what you're working towards, so yeah. A few matching artists on the print scroll pause would be even better. I mean, I do have a fairly healthy artisan collection, but like, I don't have anything to hand that will match this, I'm afraid. But yeah, you could put some nice artisan keycaps up there. I think the best wires are probably the Owl Lab ones. The Owl Lab wires are excellent. I've never had any issues with those, but stabilizers overall, kind of hit and miss, really. They always need some tuning. Right, okay, let's do a little quick sound test of this. I'll turn off the music, and we'll see how it sounds. Okay, so I think what I've learned from that sound test is the spacebar sounds a little bit hollow. There is a ton of other foams that came with the board that the owner of this board can put inside if they do wish to do so. I think the foam that would stick to the base of the PCB assembly would actually fix a lot of that, but I think it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. It's quite soft to type on. There's a little bit of flex and bounce. If you look carefully at the image as I press here, you can see the keys move. I think it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It is a little hollow in the spacebar, but I think that's fine. I don't think it takes much to fix that. It looks much better than it sounds. I think it sounds just fine. I think it sounds okay. I think with that little sticky bit inside, I think it will sound amazing. So there is this bit of foam, which is up to the owner if they want to put this in. But this sticks to the base of the PCB. It's just on sticky back tape, and I think that would just transform it, so it'd go basically stick upwards onto the PCB. I think that would just transform it and make it sound even better than it does now. The alphas sound great; they sound lovely. Just the spacebar. That's the only thing that sounds a little bit off. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Hopefully the customer likes the board because I'll be shipping them out to them tomorrow. But I think this looks stunning. This just looks so good right now. So good. They're not having the key set though. That's staying with me. Pretty happy with that. You guys think it looks good? I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Looks really good. Just trying to catch in the light for you guys. Looks really good. It's not Poron as such. It's some sort of foam. It doesn't feel like Poron. Maybe it is, but if it is, it's a very low density Poron. I'm not sure what the material is, but it'll work just fine. Wonder what key set will end up on it. It looks great with the set you on it. This is GMK Mudbeam. I think it looks stunning with it on. The foam sticking to the bottom of the PCB. Does a glue stick to the PCB? Yeah, but it's only really lightly tacked on. So the foam, the adhesive sticks upwards onto the bottom of the PCB. So you'd stick it. If my hand's a PCB, you stick it onto the PCB. But it's only light tactile, like light adhesive. It's not really thick adhesive. We did have white on black as one of the options today. People chose Mudbeam, but I think it looks pretty good, right? That looks pretty damn good. I'd be happy with that on my desk any day of the week. GMK Lux would be nice. We do have Lux actually. I do have Lux, but it's more orangey than yellow is the board. The cameras don't really pick it up too well. Let me see if I can just adjust the lighting on the camera now the build stream's done. Let me just see if I can adjust it to get it more closer to the actual colors. Let me see if I can do that now. If I just play around with the brightness a little bit maybe, or the contrast. So that's probably a little bit closer to where it sits. I think that's a little bit closer, but there's still almost like an orange peachy element that I can't quite get on the camera, but it looks really good either way. I'm very happy with how it looks and how it turned out. Mudbeam was the right call. Yeah, for sure. GMK Huhai's not too far away, still hand. It should be shipping relatively soon. Do you like the Matrix boards? Yeah, I love them. I have 20 or 30 in my personal collection. We're actually going to be doing a subathon in the next couple of weeks, in 2 weeks time, 2 weeks today, where we're going to build nothing but Matrix keyboards. So this is going to be a build stream where it's just my personal keyboard collection from Matrix Labs. That's all I'm going to build is Matrix Labs keyboards. I've got 3,500 switches looped by a friend. I've got a ton of stabilizers on the way. That's all I'm going to build for 24 hours, or as long as you guys keep me going with Subathon. We're going to have £15,000 ish of giveaway prizes. I don't have a full list yet, but the full list will be published this week, so watch out for that. We'll announce it in the Discord below, and we'll also announce it on Twitch and Instagram as well, so if you're interested, watch out for that. But we're just going to basically have a really nice chill stream like this one, but for 24 hours long, where you guys can drop in and drop out. We'll have some giveaways for subs only. We'll have some giveaways for everyone. We'll have some PT swag, keycaps, hoodies, all of that kind of stuff available. We're just going to have a really nice chill time. £15,000 is the currency I wear in the UK, guys. So this is £15,000 in currency, or about 17,000 US dollars. He gets paid well. This is my loop guy. He gets paid well. So he knows what he's about. Yeah, I see the troll. I see the troll, Rocco's. I see the troll. Okay, so cool. So that is the build stream pretty much done with. If you guys have got any last questions, ask now. Watch out for the Zoom 65 Olivia Edition Dark going in stock on Friday. Watch out for a week on Friday when we're going to chuck a load of stuff in stock. Announcements will be in Discord over the next few days. Come back next week because we're going to have another build stream next Sunday. I don't know which board it's going to be yet, but it's not going to be a Matrix Labs board. I can tell you that for nothing. I haven't decided exactly what it's going to be yet though. And then of course 2 weeks today we've got the subathon that we're going to run. I need to get all of that set up, but there'll be announcements in Discord and on Instagram and stuff about the subathon coming soon. We'll have a ton of great prizes for subs, non-subs, viewers alike, so really watch out for that. Yeah, really excited for it. Caddy Bar round 3 it hasn't arrived yet, but if you check on our updates pages you'll see anything on there. How was the bubble QC? We haven't started yet. We're starting on Tuesday, Alaric. We haven't started it yet. That was the last of the... it's one of the more difficult group buys of all of the stuff that we got delivered earlier on last week. So we haven't got around to it yet, but we'll start QCing it on Monday, I think. Monday or Tuesday. And then they'll start shipping next week, but we haven't got to it just yet. How much was the ME on retail? I thought it was one of the best budget contenders. I can't remember. Let me see if I can find it very quickly. Let me see if I can find it. I might be able to. I might not. Can I see the order? I found the order. Right, okay. So I paid $320 for my Jade Green Wing keyless one. Plus shipping. And then there was another one as well that I ordered. So I also ordered the... Oh, that's a Matrix Badges group buy. I did order another one of them. Yeah. The Starry Night Wing keyless one, which was the SE version, which is the same as what we built today. That was $440 plus shipping and some other bits and pieces. I think that was $545 shipped was the other one. So that's probably a more representative price. $545 shipped USD. So what's that today? 545 in GBP. That's £453. £453. So there you go. How much? Yeah, okay, we talked about that. 0.45 kilograms per pound, so a little and a half is how I estimate it. Nice. We'll be tipped off to Switch sets and next to go into pre-order. We'll have a list up soon. Yeah, so we're going to take all of the current pre-orders down and put a whole raft of new ones up. Announcement when we get around to it. It will happen this month. So there you go. Cool. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you again, Valerius, for all of the gift subs that you gave today. I really appreciate that. Thank you for everyone else who subbed and dropped bits and everything else today. I fully appreciate every single second of your time. We're going to end the stream there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back next Sunday. We'll try and do maybe a workshop stream in the middle of the week as well, where we'll do it from the actual workshop and you can see what we're doing there. Maybe we'll stream some of the QC of the Bubble 75 if you guys would be interested. Let me know on the Discord if you'd like to see that. Take care, guys. Bye bye.